That was pretty clever. I never even noticed it. Alrighty, so here we go.
Here we are, AD2L Season 5, Game 2 between LuxNuts and InsaneValiance. My name is Georgia Power, here with me as always, the Beef Nardo from Scoot Gaming. For those of you just joining in, we had LuxNuts take Game 1. InsaneValiance tried to go for kind of an early push strat. Worked really well at the beginning until they got the high ground. Then they kind of faded. That LuxNuts had a PA get really fat, really fed. And then InsaneValiance tried to rat him out, got 2 sets of racks, got all 3 T3s, but just couldn't finish it off.
So, they really must hate this Naga, because first ban again, also the first ban Brew, so it's clearly they have some psychotic hatred towards these two heroes, and the respectable teams, obviously, because, yeah. I mean, the Brew I could see, but man, the Naga, they really hate that Naga, I guess.
Yeah, maybe does InsaneValiance play a lot of Naga? Did we not do our homework enough? And did they play a lot of Naga? I don't think they played Naga last time we casted, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that much about the team. I just, from what I've seen them play, I didn't see. They banned out the Nature's Prophet. They don't like that. They don't like that rat. They say no more rat, and I don't blame them. Rat is scary stuff.
That Biko respect ban, man.
Yep. I think it's a Becco. Maybe it is a Biko.
Is it a Becco or a Biko? It's probably
I think
a
it's
Becco.
a Becco. Yeah, I think it's a Becco and
Damn
a
it.
Celadric
Becco, I apologize.
and a Palf, a Puath.
And a poof!
Yep, and a Super. A Super to the higher power.
To the power of the unknown.
Yep.
Gets real deep real fast.
Well, if there's no number there, mathematically, wouldn't that just mean it would be followed by a 0? Or, like, to the power of 0, isn't that always 1 or something?
Yeah, so I don't know.
Maybe not, though.
Maybe to the power of 1, it'd just be super. I feel like that'd make the most sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Pretty sure that's just not mathematically possible.
I think if we wrote this out in an equation, it would help us figure it out, but we don't really have time to do that right now, because we gotta talk about, like, this Death Prophet pickup on LuxNuts.
Absolutely. The Death Prophet pickup is going to be, they're going for that, oh shoot, this is LuxNuts. We saw InsaneValiance go for the push strat last time, but we're going to see LuxNuts go for it this time. For a possible switch in the roles.
Here's the thing, though. Death Prophet, you don't even need to push. That hero is just broke. I mean, there's no way around it. That hero is broke right now. And to be able to just grabbing that hero is going to be effective one way or another. Georgia Power did have to step away for a little, so I'm going to have to do some solo casting here for a minute. InsaneValiance actually this time picking up the Omni Knight. We saw a whole bunch of good plays coming out from the Omni Knight last game. That hero definitely is a playmaker. His recent buffs just give him the ability to utilize his ult, and it's so long in these team fights. Real big playmaker, and we're seeing Omni Knight really get paired up with a lot of like real snowbally carries. Generally, the ones that have real strong right clicks can, be a little bit squishy on their own, but you pair up with an Omni, you give them the repel so they don't have to build in the early BKB. Really gives them a lot of options. You see it with the Shadow Fiend, the PA last game, a lot of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what they're going to be able to do, or what they're going to match up with this Omni. They might even end up getting the PA themselves. I don't know. PA's pretty decent against the Death Prophet. Has the ability to kind of stick to her a little bit, but in terms of Death Prophet, I think that's what you need. You're going to need something that can really hold... Oh, I like this Swiss pick. But anyway, with Death Prophet, you're really going to need something that can keep her in place and kill her. If you let the full course of her ult actually go off in these team fights, there's very little opportunity that you're going to win that fight. The damage output on that ult is absolutely incredible, and it's just going to eat you alive. So it's like you really got to be able to take her out as soon as you can, not let her, run the course of the ult. However, the Omni Knight's going to be a good pick to counter that. I didn't immediately think of that, but for a good solid few seconds, you're going to have the Omni ult. That'll stop the Ghost from doing any damage. This Wisp pickup, though. Gotta love the Wisp pickup. Opens up a lot of opportunity for fun strats. So we'll have to see what they're going to go with that. So right now they have a fun starting 2 picks here for InsaneValiance. I'm really excited to see where their draft's going to end up going towards this. What kind of strat they're going to look to utilize. Right now, though, we got some bans going on. We got a silencer ban. And they're actually going to go in the reserve time. Really thinking out this ban. It's hard to really determine. Actually, it's not hard to determine. I take that back. I mean, you're looking for a pretty early aggressive strat here from LuxNuts. Have a Tide Hunter to just kind of help push towers. You know, if anybody gets up in the Death Prophet's face, he's going to be there to kind of peel them off, stop the damage on her. So it's a pretty good 2 combo that they have going on here right now. Do see a Spectre ban. Probably not too bad of an idea. Spectre's a hero that could probably do pretty well against the Death Prophet if he gets the right items. They do ban out the Skywrath. You did see LuxNuts playing him last game, and although that hero's not too hard to kill, he is definitely a pain in the butt, so probably a good idea that they just get him out of the way, make sure that they're not playing against him again. Jakiro ban, so they're banning out both of the support duos. LuxNuts hasn't shown either support, which will probably be both of them. They're probably going to pick up both their supports in this round of picks. But this next pick from InsaneValiance should be a really interesting one. Really show what they want to kind of go with this draft and how they want to play things out. Depending on if they're going to actually run that Omni Knight as a core, which I'm assuming they might, but there's also a good chance they'll just be playing a hard support and they'll just pick really aggressive cores to kind of help utilize strategy between the Wisp and the Omni Knight. But Omni Knight Wisp alone could be really effective too, and they might just actually end up running that in like a safe lane or even a mid. Gives Omni Knight the ability to really chase heroes down. Obviously, his heal does absolutely incredible damage early game, so there's a lot of kill potential between those 2 heroes. And you've been seeing a lot of weird strats coming out in games. So you see a Magnus coming out. Magnus is always a pretty fun pick. Crazy Rhinoceros. See a Lich coming out for a support. Lich is probably going to be really good for their team, for the LuxNuts right now. That'll really give them the opportunity to really stay back and just defend that Death Prophet. Give them the ice armor, help out with the farm a little bit early in the game by pulling the lanes back. It really utilizes that ult if they try to engage in the Death Prophet and they go in too far, the Lich ult can really hold them back. So I don't know, this draft's Sven! No way! Oh, I love it.
Sven!
I love it!
Alright, sorry guys, I have returned. I know you guys were worried and very concerned, but I have returned.
Dude, they got a Sven!
That's what it looks like.
You know, here's the thing about Sven is he's really angry and all he does is yell and scream in Russian, and it's fantastic, and I love seeing that hero picked up right now. I'm really excited about it. They got an Io and an Omni Knight that are probably going to babysit him all game, and he's going to do whatever he wants.
Dire team banned.
Yeah, I didn't even know Ricky was still in Captain's Draft.
Yep, yeah. Captain's mode, you mean? Yeah.
Yep, same difference.
God, you're such a noob.
I know, report me. AD2L is going to
discuss.
fire me. All my family's going to starve from all the money I make from this.
Exactly.
Cut out. God damn it. I really fucked up.
So this Riki pickup's pretty intense too. I'm not sure how well Riki's going to hold up against the Sven. We'll have to see about that, but his smoky, dusty cloud stuff isn't going to be fun for Sven either, so we'll have to see how that works out.
Yeah, I feel like from sheer cleave damage, he can really run into some trouble.
Yeah. He dropped that smoke in the right place, so that could help out the smoke screen. Here's the thing, though. I'm sure Sven's just going to yell in Russian, and he's going to be real angry about it, and it's going to be awesome. So we'll have to see how that happens. So we got a Disruptor band out here. Not sure why, but they do need another support, so I could see that. Centaur coming out. They I guess they're assuming the Smag's going to mid. But he could offlane, but I'm assuming he's going to mid too, I think. So I think they're going to actually end up picking an offlaner here, but we'll have to see how they what direction they feel like taking this. They do have not a lot of reserve time, only 6 seconds, so they're going to have to pick real quick here.
Yeah, I think. Who would you each Doctor?
Okay, so it is going to be a core Omni then that they're picking up. So it's going to be core Omni here. I'm assuming they're going to run the Omni off lane. Put the Magnus mid, the Sven, Witch Doctor, and Io. The Witch Doctor is definitely going to be a pretty good pick, except for the fact that Riki's just going to eat his face. And the Enigma coming out, which is actually going to help out their pushing strat, I think, a little bit. But InsaneValiance, just pointing out, they have 4 strength heroes, so they're real strong, you know?
I see what you did there. I see.
They're real strong.
Surprised we didn't see a Timbersaw pickup since he's so good against strength heroes. God, I wish I could talk sometimes, but I really can't. So, on the Dire Squad of InsaneValiance, we're gonna have Poof on the IO. We're gonna have Becco on the Sven. We have Celadric on the Witch Doctor. We're gonna have the Witch Doctor. We're gonna have Feint on the Omni Knight, and we're gonna have Super to the power of God knows what on the Magnus. We got over on the Radiant?
Rhinoceros. Well, on the Radiant here we got B Bloom playing here on this Enigma. We got Dirk Shizzle playing this here Tidehunter. Ninja 2 Nuts playing on the Riki, and we got GR Luch 95 playing on this Lich dude. And then we got Wogman, good old Wogman here, hanging out on this Death Prophet. And they're all just hanging out in their jungle. They want to make sure that this Enigma is not going to have any problems farming. So they're hanging out here, making sure that there weren't any problems with that. But it doesn't really look like they have any interest. You know, you kind of just have this Poof, Poaf, chilling out. Poaf. You know, you got this Rhinoceros coming down here.
He looks real angry, is all I know.
Yo, are they putting this Fen mid? Is that what I'm seeing? Are they going to dual lane it with the Wisp?
With the Wisp? I could see it.
That's going to be pretty sweet. Oh,
Wisp in some trouble already.
Oh, he does have that invis, so he'll be right. He'll make it through.
Is he invis right now? Because it's really fucking hard to tell.
Yeah, you can't see invis on an IO, but he is.
Is that invis Volvo? Please fix.
Yeah, you got this really angry Russian now. He's going to be headed mid, so this is going to be a pretty interesting mid lineup. He's probably going to yell a lot at this Death Prophet. I'm not sure Death Prophet's going to give a shit. We'll have to see how that pans out.
I think Death Prophet's going to yell a lot back with her Crypt Swarm.
Yeah, she doesn't yell, dude. She just throws her butt.
If it makes a noise, is it yelling? I don't know.
How about this IO? Really good itemization on him right now. I really like his starting items.
I disagree completely with it. I think he should... no, he's saving for something big. You know what? He's
probably just a bottle, actually, if that's on the courier right now.
No, I think it's more like a rapier, but
could be.
We'll see if he agrees with me.
So Riki nowadays, safe lane farming Riki right now. He ends up grabbing that permanent invisibility first. I've seen this before, but I still like the level 1 backstab, man. I don't know, that ability's so strong, level 1.
It just helps that farm until you get level 2. Even if you want to grab invis level 2, it just helps you make sure you last it before then. And he picks that on top of a Quelling Blade. If that man misses a last hit, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, man, like backstab is so strong, man. I mean, early game obviously it's not gonna be quite as effective because you don't have a lot, but I mean that's still. So he has 37 agility, and you get half of that added to your damage. I mean that's crazy. That's so much damage.
Hey, Magnus gives a shout out to my boy Earl. We got a stun for harass, and all of the IO spirits hit connect on the VP there.
Yeah, that was really well played.
Pretty good amount of damage, but Death Prophet still doesn't really care about it.
Yeah, I think InsaneValiance, one of the best things that they can really do to win this game is to have their Sven just yell with an angry Russian accent a lot. I think that's really going to give them the edge this game. So we'll have to see if they're going to really try to utilize that or not. And down bottom here, you got this Rhinoceros hanging out, just getting his XP, not getting zoned out too well. So he's just going to end up getting his levels, and I'm pretty sure he's happy about that.
But his farm compared to the Tidehunter farm, Tidehunter's got 12 last hits in the off lane, which is fairly impressive.
Well, I mean, how well can an Omni and a Witch Doctor, deal with this guy? I guess they could do a decent job. I mean, obviously that nuke is going to do a ton of damage, and we might actually end up seeing it. Like, Tide gets a little too ballsy. When Omni gets level 5, he might actually end up getting caught out. So I'll have to see how it works. The good thing is though, this duel lane's actually going to end up probably getting this Witch Doctor a little bit more levels. Same with the Omni, and I think that's key for him right now is to get that. But not much action going out. No rotations really. Everybody's just farming up their stuff. This Angry Russian though mid definitely winning 15-5. So the dual lane's definitely working out for him a little bit, but it's not exactly stopping the Death Prophet either.
Right.
So we'll have to see where if that keeps up or not, or I don't know if the harass might actually start becoming a little bit more prominent when Longman gets his levels.
We have to say Farmer Ricky still leading the way in last hits. Not horribly surprised there.
Yep.
We'll see. See what everyone's first kind of round of items are here. Holy shit!
Oh wow! Remember how I said about the heal doing a lot of damage to Tidehunter?
I heard it does a lot of damage.
We kind of missed that. I didn't even expect that to happen.
I didn't see it. It was very passive lane, and Tidehunter had a lot of health.
Yep.
But just a purification and a casket, and
yeah,
a
Maledict's gonna do a ton of damage too. I mean, I guess
especially with the purification on top of that.
Yeah. And he did end up picking up an early point in Gush, which actually probably, I'm sure, didn't help him out very much there. It's kind of the risk of doing so.
Mm-hmm. And we do have
no stout shield either on him.
We do have bottle. Here we're gonna get it again. Do they have enough damage? It's awfully close.
Oh, that Maledic's gonna finish him.
Oh, I was gonna salve up to survive.
If it does a lot of damage,
no, I don't think.
Kill him.
Nope, 24 health. Hashtag calculated. They were diving DP mid though. That damage reduction for Sven from that IO is gonna be able to finish off that DP. It may look like he wants a stun, but I don't think he can do anything.
He doesn't even have a stun.
That'll make sure he doesn't do anything.
How about this just spam healing or spam stuns? Just, I mean, he's just throwing these things out like, you know, why not, right?
He always has mana.
Yep. I mean, that IO is just really gonna keep hooking him up with it every time he needs it. So it's definitely an effective strat. I like doing that with a Coddle in the safe lane. It's awesome, and you're just so angry and you just yell a lot. So pretty cool strat. Sven's such a fun hero. I love seeing him. And I mean, let's face it, he's realistically can be one of the hardest carries in the entire game. So it's really cool to like see him get picked up and stuff. He's always fun. That early point in cleave though, they really
gonna grab a point in cleave.
Not really sure I would have done that, but you know, they have ideas. They you know, they have brains. They can do cool stuff with them. So
I guess so. A little surprised we don't see any kind of detection here on Magnus bot, just to kind of. Not necessarily to be aggressive against this Ricky, just to try to save himself.
Yep. Magnus is 12 last hits. He's getting a little bit out of the lane, but he's definitely going to be far off from that Blink Dagger, and I think that's going to slow down some of their early aggression. Tidehunter's going mid.
Yep, stun goes in. Damage reduction. Do they have enough to get it though? Next stun will be up shortly from Sven. Oh, they're not going to dive it.
Yep.
I have a feeling that's exactly what the kill on Death Prophet looked like.
Probably, and he's just, I mean, he was angry there, but he didn't yell enough in Russian, so...
He didn't yell loud enough.
Yeah.
He didn't press R to yell extra loud, you know.
Yeah, he didn't.
You guys know the skills, you know how it is.
It's probably because he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I mean, that could be it. I'm not saying that it is, but it definitely could be.
Right.
So DP does hit 6. Now, let's take a look at her skill build real fast. She does opt to go for the more standard point in Exorcism, but as we saw, last week when we casted them, we saw a Death Prophet not pick up the point until level 9, I believe. I think she picked up, maxed out the Crypt Swarm as well as the Witchcraft to get that speed as well as the Crypt Swarm damage. I think that's more of a Yule's Rush build, but we'll see. Witch Doctor and Omni trying to. She lets the ult go. The Maldic
really good
goes
play
off.
that ult
goes off, but the physical damage we're going to be prevented by Omni's ult. He has a heal up, and I think she's going to let it fly here. Nope, doesn't even need it.
If she would have just kept running, she could have actually ended up turning that really hard there.
Yeah,
they didn't have the ability to catch up to her. She was fast enough.
Ricky's going to go in bot, throws a smoke cloud, uses the 2 of the dashes, 3 of the dashes, and it's going to get him. Really close to finishing his diffusal blade with that. So,
a really good idea actually for them to kind of rotate this Tide mid. I mean, obviously the Tide's going to do pretty decent against the Sven. Sven doesn't right-click too outrageously hard early on, so the Tide can kind of hold his own against that. So that was kind of a good call on that, but the Death Prophet still has a lot of opportunities to die against these two on top, and you just kind of saw that there. So at the same time, it's like I think they really need to make sure that this Death Prophet is going to get her levels at least. I mean, even if you don't get a whole lot of farm on her right away, she can catch up later, but you really got to make sure that your Death Prophet has the ability to get her level 11 as soon as he can. I think if not, it's going to be a tough mid-game for him. And I think mid-game is going to be their best opportunity to really pull ahead, because Sven's going to do pretty good late game. Even against the Riki, I think he'll do real well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Down bottom here, though. Got a little bit of push coming on. Enigma definitely has a good ability to push, but here comes the Sven and the Wisp coming in from the back. They're going to get a big stun off, and that's going to end up cleaning up that Enigma real quick. Riki's going to blink away. He doesn't want anything to do with this. They're looking for another opportunity for a kill there. Oh, he's going to get the RP off, but he doesn't see him. They just don't have the detection yet. They really needed to pick up an early smoke there. They have a lot of ults available, too, between the RP. They did have the Death Ward, so... But... Angry Russian and the little weird ball of energy end up going back mid. Relocating back to that, so... Oh, I hear Georgia Power's back.
Yeah, my mic definitely wasn't muted during that team fight. Even a little bit. Just don't
so you were probably saying stuff?
Oh yeah, I was like, God, why are we just... We're both yelling right now? This doesn't make any sense.
You, me, and the Angry Russian is yelling?
Everyone was just so mad.
The Dire have fortified their grove.
Either way, a pretty good team fight there from InsaneValiance. Really good relocate use. Just using that really early on. And, I mean, that's what you have to do with Wisp, and they utilized it really well. I gotta say, this Pauf is doing a really good job on this Wisp play so far that I'm seeing. He's doing some really good plays, and
is Ben gonna be able to catch him? We got that early drums. It looks like the answer is yes.
This is gonna be a real bad
angry. Beats her down.
Yeah, he was more angry there than I think I've seen him all game. That was a real rough kill. So this Death Prophet, man, having a hard time, real low in the net worth.
He was pretty angry during that little team fight we had bottom.
Yep. Riki though, Riki's doing quite well for himself, and he's maybe gonna get a kill here in the bottom. Nope, he ends up picking up a haste turn. That's
Magnus got the haste. We'll see. Are we gonna see an RP here?
Oh, I can see
do they all have detection? Do they? Here comes the RP.
And the
charge back
going to
down
come out.
that.
God damn it!
And the purification.
Oh baby!
Oh, he hits him! The lucky shockwave is gonna get him.
Oh baby! Oh baby! Oh wow! That was intense. Really well played there by Super to the Power of who knows what.
Super to the Power of the Unknown.
Yep.
Clearly his full name.
So Pauf ends up getting some dust here, so he's about tired of that Riki, but who needs that when you have luck?
No one else is.
Luck and a little bit of intuition, you know what I mean? So, end up getting the early drums out on Sven. I mean, he had it for a little while now, but really good pickup getting those real early. Gives him a little bit more mana to be able to do his thing. I mean, he is getting fed mana pretty well. Oh, these Eidolons are really cool too. I like those Eidolons.
Hashtag Immortals.
Are they Immortals?
They are.
Oh, baby, they're so cool.
Oh, Magnus trying to go on this Death Prophet. We're going to see a relocate in as well. This is a big dive.
Man.
The TP from Tide is canceled. That would have been a big-time Ravage, but...
They are giving this Death Prophet no space at all. None.
Nah, she's really struggling right now.
Ends up going right back into a black hole, but he has no follow-up.
But here comes the Lich ult. Ow, it's going to finish him off. What about Poof? Poof! Poof goes poof.
That was real well played. He knew exactly where that relocate is, and they ended up spacing that out. That Lich ult came in just in time, though. That was almost wasted, and they ended up getting a tower out of it.
So we trade Radiant bottom T1 for Dire mid T1, but Dire's top tower is also in some trouble here. I don't think Tide will be able to finish it off, but no one seems like they're in any hurry to come stop him. Here come the pings. I think we're going to see a relocate in.
No, it's on cooldown. They're just gonna end up TPing now, I'm sure.
Oh, you're right.
Well, maybe not. They're just going back mid. They're just gonna do their thing.
We have Witch Doctor, and the Omni Knight coming in top.
Yep. Omni Knight
with a big stack to farm up.
Maybe.
I think it was four stacks worth. That's a lot of gold coming out.
Yep.
It's got 2,300 gold.
Who's stacking it for him? The Wisp? Lion?
I feel like it was Witch Doctor because Wisp was with him the whole time. We're going to see an engagement on Omni Knight top. The Purification doing a lot of damage. Ravager goes out. Witch Doctor, I believe, still has his ult. There he goes. He lets it fly.
Oh, wow.
He's going to target the Tidehunter with it, though. Here comes the relocate, though. And Sven is very, very mad. He's going to finish off the Enigma. One more. There he is. Omni Knight survives somehow. Yep. Can they finish up this? Oh, the casket comes off, cancels the TP. Stun from Sven. Down goes the Tidehunter.
Wow, that Omni did some big plays there. Really nice relocate in. That must have just came off cooldown recently too when they used that, because when they spawned it had like 30-something seconds on it.
Blink Dagger, it comes out on Sven. I like the pick normally, but now that he has a Wisp, I'm not sure it's as necessary, but...
That's what I was thinking too. He could have really just like really dished out some damage on this hero. Or even just went tanky so that they can't do anything to him.
Right.
Sven's pretty naturally good at doing some damage, so I'm not really sure what the better build here would have been.
Got a Lich with the double damage, watch out.
I would totally go for the Sage and Yasha. I would make sure that I have the ability to just be up in that, well, I guess maybe that's what the Blink Dagger's for, is he really wants to make sure that he has that Death Prophet, being his bitch all game. Which pretty much has been his main priorities. Or his main priorities.
So far.
But, yeah, I mean, they've not given any room.
She just passed the IO net worth, so definitely doing a solid job there.
He's pretty much doing whatever he wants. I mean, this Wisp is just giving him the exact, a little bit he needs to just be a...
So we're going to see a couple things here. Dyer's going to finish off Radiance T1. We're going to see a relocate and TP's in to the top lane, trying to get this Tide and Enigma, but it backfires. It looks like Wisp is going to go down, but the chain stun is real. Sven finishes up the Ricky. Here comes the ult from the Witch Doctor.
He's looking for the RP. He can't find anybody.
Not gonna find enough people. Can they cancel this TP from Tide though? Oh wow, stun just comes off cooldown. He's able to cancel it.
Yeah, he just kind of hung out there and stood there for like a quarter of a second, just waiting to do that too. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, see the Magnus gets his blink now. That'll be big for initiating team fights.
We ended up finishing off the Wisp there. Oh, Death Prophet must have got the Wisp with the Crypt one. Death Prophet did hit level 1.
But Death Prophet was having none of it.
Yeah, Death Prophet got level 11 now. Her ult's gonna be real strong, but her farm's gonna really hurt her here. I mean, she's gonna need a lot to be able to survive in these fights. Yules might help to dodge some stuns, because they do have some peel potential going on here. A lot of slows, so Riki Smoke can help out. Tide can kind of get in there. So Yules might not be a terrible first item for her. Health could really just be alone something to pay off, but that Sven's not going to leave her alone, for sure. He's just going to go right for her the whole time.
Yeah, we got the Ags Rush coming out on Omni Knight.
Yep.
Something I'm personally a big fan of, but I don't see a whole lot.
Yeah, so global use is really going to be useful here with the relocate. Excuse me. Anti-hype, sorry.
Anti-hype!
Anti-hype. So, crazy team comp coming out here by InsaneValiance, which normally you see when there's a Wisp in the game. There's some weird shit that happens with the Wisp.
Wisp just creates weird shit. Now, it looks like we're going to try to see a 3-on-3 here mid, but Enigma does have Black Hole. But Magnus has RP, so if he can... Oh, he tries for the Blink Charge, not going to have him.
This is something we haven't really talked too much about, is this Enigma. We saw him have a really nice Black Hole there in the middle, but no points in Malefice yet, which is questionable, but he did max out that Midnight Pulse, which does an outrageous amount of damage. It really does a lot of damage. So, we haven't seen the Enigma really come online too much. No Blink yet, which I'm assuming he's saving up for now, and he's pretty close to it.
We had Sven Ricky hunt, but Ricky's going to get away. I'm assuming that I used Dust and Ricky diffused it.
Ricky has a defusal? Oh yeah, he does, nice.
Oh, the repel goes on Magnus, dude. They're looking for an RP, but the Black Hole's gonna go on 1 and get canceled by the casket. But Omni Knight ult, Ravage up, Lich ult comes in, RP just to finish off Enigma.
Comes in.
Still bouncing around. Magnus is dead, Enigma's dead. Now that they finish off the Witch Doctor, Sven going in hot. Here comes Death Prophet ult though. Can they finish off the Lich? One more, there it is. Sven
that
saw a
Riki's
lot of
gonna
trouble
do a lot of
slowed by the
damage.
Diffusal Blade and the Death Prophet ult, and the right click's gonna finish him off. Omni Knight's the only one left standing, and he should get away. And he does. So, all in all, a 4 for 2 in favor of LuxNuts, as well as about a 2,000 gold swing. They did blow everything that they had, but that's kind of what this team's based around. Excuse me.
Yeah, looking at that fight recap, it's interesting to see just
Omni going in, but he's slowed and he's silenced if he can't even heal, and frankly gets outplayed by the Riki there.
Yeah, that diffusal's really paying off for him right now. That's
Yeah,
going to
right
make
off
that
the bat.
Omni's life real unhappy. He's not going to like that Omni, or that Riki. So, in that fight, I wanted to point out, it was kind of incredible. While the Magnus and the Enigma were kind of having an ult battle, which was kind of an interesting little thing on the side there, the Sven was just like up in that Death Prophet's face. Death Prophet really didn't do much in that fight all the way until the tail end there, because he just kept zoning her out. She would kind of like poke up, and Sven would run on her face, and she'd have to run back. But also at the same time, Sven wasn't able to stick to her, which kind of made Sven not really getting a lot of damage. And he kind of came in, whacked somebody, got a last hit pretty much on a hero, but yeah, it was kind of like they were running around, and they didn't really know who to go on there, and I think that kind of hurt him a little bit.
A relocate going in top, trying to get Riki. There goes the dust, but he's going to purge it, isn't he? Or Sven's just going to kill him before he can?
Still no purge, it's still on him. I guess
the
he
cleave?
just diffused him. He diffused the Sven. It's off, though. The dust is off.
That wore off, huh?
So he lives again.
Omni Knight gonna go for a lucky purification.
Am I missing something? How is he living?
Oh, the RP comes in on the solo on the Death Prophet, into a stun, into a Witch Doctor. Oh, this DP's in trouble. She's dead. This Tidehunter's also in trouble. Getting slowed by the Omni Knight as well as the Witch Doctor ult, and he's gonna go down.
That Witch Doctor ult had a full course there. Whole thing went off. That was really good rotation there by InsaneValiance coming in there like that. Riki was low, they knew that, so I mean, that was a perfect time to take a fight like that.
Absolutely, I think they could have had a chance, but I think LuxNuts, I should say, could have had a shot at it, but.
But you see the Blink Dagger coming out of that Enigma there too, which is going to make things kind of interesting. Black hole's up in 15 seconds, so.
Next fight, we're going to see another ult battle.
It's gonna be interesting, but for now, it looks like they're just gonna trade T1 for T2 because I don't think they're.
Omni Knight does TP back to defend, and maybe the rest of the team after they finish, they're not gonna finish off the T2. Everyone's gonna mass TP back. I think InsaneValiance got the upper hand on that one. A lot of damage on a T2 for a little damage on a T1. You gotta relocate in, trying to catch someone back, but they're not gonna find it.
That was a pretty good move there to try to do that.
The problem is that LuxNuts saw the relocate.
Uh-oh.
They're in trouble. Wisp is dead. Hopefully he didn't bring Sven back with him. Oh, he does.
They're gonna use the black hole? Yep.
Black
Why
hole.
not?
Witch Doctor doesn't have his ult. Wow, that was a little selfish, I think, of Wisp to bring Sven back. Wisp clearly
I don't know
knew.
if they caught that out. Maybe they did. Maybe it was just too late.
Wisp knew it was coming because he immediately TP'd out or tried to.
And if the Witch Doctor was like standing here, he could have actually just grabbed a hold of him and maybe got himself out even. Unlikely, but maybe, you know what I mean? Would have been trying. They're just going to end up trying to take this tower back. We've got an Invis Omni though, and they know he's there.
Oh, the big RP comes out and the purification, but Ravage is there to counter. Black hole is down, but there's just too much damage coming out. The Magnus will fall, and the Omni is silenced. Can he get the purification off? Doesn't get his ult, but he's dead anyway.
That wasn't a good Omni ult there. I mean, he should have used that like immediately after the Ravage if they were actually going to try to do that at all.
I think that was a purification ult.
They didn't catch the Tidehunter and the RP, did they? Is that how that kind of went back?
Everyone but the Tide.
Yeah, that's brutal, man, because if that would have happened, that would have went a lot better for him. But I think the other thing, too, is they just didn't quite have enough damage. I think they would have had a Witch Doctor ult there. You know, something else to just take them from that 30% health to dead.
Right.
But just the two of them just wasn't quite enough. After that first round of spells, they didn't really have anything else. And that kind of hurt them a little bit. It was a good attempt, though, and pretty well executed for what they wanted to do. Death Prophet's just getting that health, though.
Yep, she's gonna snag it. And hopefully, I think you're right. I think she's going to build straight tanky. Oh, the blink and the ult in from Sven, and gosh, Death Prophet's going to melt. The little ward battle ran its course, and then there's not as much fun when there's a really angry Sven in the vicinity. Especially that extra damage thanks to Magnus.
Yep. Whole bunch.
Now, LuxNuts did see InsaneValiance go into Roche. Will they do anything about it? Is a black hole up? I believe it's not.
No.
It is not. I don't think they can do anything about it. They think the same way. The premature deaths to make sure Ricky's not there. And we got Sven picking up the Aegis.
Yeah, look how many items this Sven has. Oh, man.
We got Magnus blinking, or pinging everywhere. Maybe he's just excited they got the Roche. Understandable.
Ricky has a Talisman of Evasion. Do you think he's going right for a Butterfly?
A Halberd would be solid this game for Sven.
Yeah, it would be. But do you really think Riki's going to go? I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll have to see what kind of player he is.
Or relocate in behind Enigma, and also Tide, but Tide's going to get out before they can catch him. Wow, this is a relocate in for nothing.
Well,
most people safely TP out, and yeah, that's kind of the end of that. I like them almost constantly using the relocate, though. I really think people have a tendency to kind of underuse it. Something you gotta let fly, man. Same with RP, actually. It's such a massive ult. People think it has a long cooldown. It really doesn't.
Yeah, RP's definitely.
You gotta let that fly. You got, what is it, 100-second duration, level 3? Spam that, man.
This Magnus and Power, and, like, does it stack additively? With
I am almost positive it does.
So, does that mean Cleave is doing more than his regular amount of damage? Or am I nuts?
No, I think it's a percent on a percent.
Cleave damage 40% plus 60.
Blink, Sven going in on this Death Prophet bottom. She's a quarter health before she can even realize it, and she's gone.
This Sven, if he gets a crit, it's going to be a real bad time for him. I think that's his next item choice for sure.
I agree. Take a peek at these graphs here for the first time today. Almost dead even in net worth, slightly towards InsaneValiance. And then we got a slight LuxNuts lead in XP, but very even game, as we probably could have told you from the scoreboard as well as the tower situation. We're going to have initiation in on the Enigma, but he dodges it. This could be a big black hole. Gets 2 in it, which includes Sven, though. That could be big. Witch Doctor can't get his off. There's the Ravage. There's the RP. Witch Doctor can't get his ult off. Lich ult bouncing all around, though. They are able to finish off Ricky, and the Tide Hunter is next. Are they going to go for the Lich? We'll see. The blink from Sven. He's going to finish off that Tide. Can they get this Lich, though? Here comes Death Prophet.
Oh, man, that's going to do a ton of damage.
Yeah, the silence goes off on Sven. He can't stun her. Magnus has got to get out of there before he gets caught by that. Sven trying to outrun it, goes back into it. Does he have the damage and the purification? Yes, he does. Lich trying to get froggy with him, but Sven's got the repel. He's feeling strong. He's feeling angry.
Fast. He's so
too much
rushing.
damage. That cleave, goodness.
Yep.
That is a 5-for-1 in a fight that LuxNuts really initiated. A decent black hole, not a great one. Had 2 people right on the edge of it that got a little greedy and tried to get all 4 of them in. Can't blame them. Just a couple pixels away from being a fantastic black hole. But in the end, it's a 5-man wipe.
It's kind of incredible looking at how much damage the supports are doing in these team fights. The Enigma and the Lich were the top damage in the last fight.
Wow.
For their team. It's kind of fascinating. I mean, Chain Frost did so much damage in that fight. I mean, that's essentially what killed the Sven through the Omni ult there. I mean, granted, he had the Aegis, which kind of was the big reason I think that fight went so much in their favor.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Sven doing a ton of damage, but Magnus doing a bunch too.
God, Sven's got 5k gold too.
Yeah, Sven's so far ahead of net worth. I mean, he's doubling the Magnus and the Riki pretty much.
Yeah, that's the issue I kind of have with LuxNuts' draft here. Is your #1 damage dealer is your Ricky. That kind of makes me nervous.
Yeah.
I never feel like putting all my faith in Ricky. You know?
I don't know. Riki can be a real strong carry, but you can counter Riki pretty easy. I mean, people don't really do it a lot, but MKB is really strong against a Riki.
Yeah, but that cloud.
Yeah. I mean, you can just man fight him, and I mean, there's not much you can do. He could spam his ult a few times and do a decent bit of damage, but if you man fight him, he's not getting that backstab percentage. It's really hard to kill somebody as a Riki.
Ricky is going for butterfly speed double.
Granted, Sven has a BKB, which also just the cloud. He can ignore it with that too.
Right,
so.
And he does go for a Chrysalis like we were talking about.
Good boy. That's what I like to see.
Got almost 3k gold still, so he's about 400 away from finishing off the Daedalus, which is pretty scary 30 minutes into the game.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty much close to 6 slotted at this point.
Yeah, he'll replace those drums, but he's getting scary. If you're him, do you go a heart next just to make sure you never die, or do you stack damage?
Stack damage for sure. I mean, I would definitely get the MKB, or some type of somewhere in the middle item, a basher maybe wouldn't be terrible. Get a little damage from it, a little bit more lockdown. Something like that would be pretty good too.
We do see the refresher on the Magnus beating the refresher of the Tide. That could be huge this next team fight. Now, what is it? Enigma picks up Boots of Travel, got a grand in the bank.
That Enigma should want a BKB. I don't know what the bots is necessarily going to do for him in this game.
Yeah, and we have a Witch Doctor pretty much finish up the Ags. I believe it's finished actually, just needs to send it to him. So the team fight getting real scary on behalf of InsaneValiance. 2 RPs with a really angry Sven and an Ags, Omni ult, and a Witch Doctor ult.
This Omni bought a gem a long time ago and has not lost it yet. That's kind of impressive. If I was at Riki, I would just really have gone for him. The other thing to look at is Witch Doctor has his ult stick done too.
So did I not just say that?
Oh, did you? I totally missed it. Sorry. A lot of big items. Holy crap! They got a lot of big items.
This next team fight, if it happens within the next 10 minutes or so, which pretty sure it will, it's gonna be real scary.
Probably right now. They smoked up.
That's it looks like right now. I think they got to do like a 3-man bait with the relocate.
Riki will have buyback. This Death Prophet though still so far behind. Real squishy. Real squishy yet. I mean, that Bloodstone's doing something. 2 charges obviously isn't going to help, but
yeah,
that Death Prophet. They picked on her so hard. Here they go. They're going into this Riki. Oh, he's
Riki, and he just melts before they can even do anything.
He will have buyback ready.
He does have buyback, but
I don't think he's going to use it. I don't think they're going to take.
I don't think it's worth it for a T2. We'll see what he thinks, but
I think they can just defend the high ground here. I think they'll be alright.
Bottom's T1 falls, in case we were wondering. A little extra coinage in Radiant's pocket, but not enough to stop this massive wave of team fights that's about to happen.
Oh, he goes in on
Magnus
this.
Going for the blink charge, but misses by just a little bit. Sven gets Daedalus, starts hitting way harder. Are they gonna back off and play it safe? Are they gonna wait for Roche? Or are they just gonna try to force it with 20 seconds left?
I don't think they should force high ground, but
are they gonna catch this Lich out though? Where's the? Oh, there's the RP. Actually, Tyler dodges it with a blink. Death Prophet ult, double RP, only on Lich twice. Witch Doctor ult goes up. Sven's hurting people real bad, but Enigma gets 3 with the Black Hole, but it's caught in the Witch Doctor ult, so he melts. Same with the Tide Hunter, just to the right clicks of the Sven.
It's a lot of damage coming out from that Lich ult, but just not enough.
A lot of people down to about 20-30% health. We're gonna see an Enigma buyback. Don't really think he can do anything. Riki is here, but they have the gem, and Sven 3 hits him.
Wow, that was a big hit.
He's hitting for 342 base damage.
Yep. And this is probably game. I mean, that was a big loss.
Yeah, that's so much gold and everything gone. They're not even. See, Riki's less than half of Sven. Like, I just don't see how. And then even when you think about team fights, you say, okay, we're behind in net worth. Our carry's behind in net worth. Let's go win a team fight. You're fighting into an Ags, Omni ult, and Ags, Witch Doctor ult, 2 RPs. Like, I don't think you're gonna win a team fight.
Yeah, they just had everything they needed there with all those items that they just recently picked up. Really gave them a way huge advantage in this fight.
And then Death Prophet doesn't have the survivability yet, so her ult didn't do much. Speaking of Death Prophet, she's out of luck here.
Poor Death Prophet. Oh my god.
Enigma blinked in to try to save her, and Mel. Tidehunter's going down. That goes godlike, and here comes the GG calls.
Yeah, that was a really well executed draft there and strat by InsaneValiance. Very well played.
Yeah, I think just I think you hit the nail on the head there. The draft, team fight oriented draft, and to be able to execute that was top notch, as well as that Sven Io lane mid worked out really well for them. Kind of bullied the Death Prophet all game. Wasn't ever able to get going, and I think that's why we're seeing the results that we do.
Yeah, Wongman, they would not let up on him, and that was not a fun game to be the Death Prophet. And I mean, that's what you got to do when you see a Death Prophet. You really got to take it to the Death Prophet from early game and not let up any pressure on her, because you know, like, if that's the hero that can happen to. I mean, anytime you see a Death Prophet generally lose, it's as a result of just really strong early aggression against her. So it's really well played. I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead here. That Poof on the IO played excellently. I think he was, without a doubt, MVP this game for me. He really had good relocates there. Used them all the time, really tried to get involved in those fights, and babysat that Sven and just really kept giving him the mana that he needed to keep up that early aggression. It was really well played on his part.
I think it's the same kind of situation for me with the Omni Knight and the PA last game. We had the IO and the Sven this game. Just one kind of babysitter.
Yep.
And someone that farmed up and went ham. I gotta agree with you. I think Poof. I'm gonna call him Poof. Maybe someday I'll actually learn how to say his name. If we keep casting him, maybe he'll tell us eventually. But I'm gonna say Poof on the IO. I mean, you pretty much said it all. Those relocates. I think as soon as he hit 6, they did one bot and picked up a kill or two, and it's just they started off that early game aggression with him and Sven. As soon as they hit 6, it was pickoff time, and they were really successful with it. And LuxNuts really wasn't able to get going because of those relocates.
Yeah, that Riki pick just didn't work out for him that game, and I think that's a lot what hurt him. I mean, I think they were really relying on the Death Prophet, but that obviously didn't work out. So, either way, I've 1-1 little round of games here, so not too shabby. Well played on both teams. We saw some really good strats, played by all of them pretty much, so it was really well done.
Absolutely, a lot of fun to watch. Split series. I think these two teams we could see as some contenders in the North American Entry League here. Both look pretty good, both pretty high in the standings. So this could be a potential playoff rematch. Who knows?
Maybe.
But I think that's all we got for you guys today. I'm Georgia Power. You can find me at twitch.tv/GeorgiaPower. And with me is Beef Nardo of Skook Gaming. That's SKOOK Gaming, twitch.tv. Both of us, I think, broadcasted this actually. So feel free to come by. We'll be casting as well as playing some games in the future. Both of us also play other games. So feel free to come by, hang out. And if you enjoyed it, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And thanks for joining us. Beef, you got anything else?
No, that's all. Everybody have a fantastic night. Take it easy.
All right.